Myelin is a secret for faster recovery, faster strength gains, and immediate strength gains. But before we get into it, let's start from the beginning so you can understand everything more clearly. So, CNS. CNS means central nervous system. Our central nervous system is made of two main components, the brain and spinal cord. The brain has these functions and the spinal cord has these functions. And the CNS has two main cells, which are the neurons and the glial cells. So let's start with glial cells. Glial cells are responsible for the support, it protects and nourishes neurons. And something I want you to see here is that the glial cell is made out of mostly fat. You can pause the video and read everything here. I'm not going to everything here because the video will be too long. The main thing I want you to catch here is that the glial cells is made of mostly fat. And also it has protein, it contains protein, water, minerals. All of these are important for the normal function of the glial cell. And these are the things that you probably should have more in your diet. Then we have the neurons. They are units that transmit electrical and chemical signs. Also, they are made of 40 to 15% fat, which is something key here in this video. And the thing is, how is everything I've said here right now related to strength training? Well, your neurons are very important. Neurons are the command center of strength. They determine how efficient your muscles contract, how much force you generate, and how fast your body adapts to training. In strength training, your nervous system is just as important as your muscles, if not more. And as we saw here just now, glial cells support, protect, and nourish the neurons. And for you to be as strong as possible, to lift as much weight as possible, to activate your muscles the best possible, you need your neurons. You need them to be healthier, right? The healthier your glial cells are, the better your neurons will function, the more strength you can develop or you can produce, right? And the thing here is, they're mostly made of fat. So what I'm thinking here is, eating fat is important. Should we eat more fat for more strength gains, for better production of force, to activate our muscles better? Well, let's see. So, we humans are electrical beings. We conduct electricity, and for strength training and to produce as much force, we need to have good conductivity. Meaning being able to send signals fast and without disturbing the signal from point A to point B. Quick example would be this headphone. If we have a node here or it's cut, what's going to happen is you may have some problems listening from one side or the volume will be low. This is what can happen. And I think with our bodies can be the same. If our neurons are not healthy, cannot activate properly, we cannot use our neurons properly, our glial cells are not healthy, are not nourished, we may have the same problems. At least this is what I think. If we have problems with our neurons, we may have some disturbances in the conductivity, in the signal transmission, like we saw here just now. Neurons are units that transmit electrical and chemical cells. So if we cannot emit the signals properly, we may not be able to produce as much strength or as much force. So, and there is this thing called myelin. And I think it's very important, and I've never seen anyone talking about this in strength training. So, what is this thing myelin? And we've seen it just now. If you pause the video, you saw that the glial cells contain myelin. And the axon, the nerve fiber, is coated by myelin. So, what is this myelin thing? Myelin is this fatty insulating substance that wraps around nerve fibers, axons, to speed up electrical signals in the nervous system. It's like the rubber coating on electrical wires, preventing signal loss and ensuring fast, efficient communication between neurons. Also, fat and water plus electrolytes are important for connectivity and to prevent signal loss. So, let's see here how important is water plus electrolytes for signaling, for emitting electrical signs to give the signal. The actual electrical signs in nerves are carried by ions, charged particles like sodium, potassium, calcium, and chloride in water. These ions move across neuron membranes, creating action potentials, nerve signals. Without enough electrolytes, nerve conduction slows down or stops. This has to do a lot with hydration. If you're not hydrated enough, you may have problems with the signaling, and the nerve conduction slows down or stops. And how this affects strength training? Well, proper electrolyte balance equals efficient nerve function, which prevents cramps and weaknesses. And this is important when you are in a meet, when you're testing 1 rep maxes, when you're carrying a lot of weight. You don't want cramps, you don't want to feel weak, you don't want weaknesses in any areas of your body. So hydration here seems like is very important. And now let's go to fats. How important is the fat? Fat prevents signal loss and increases signal speed. The insulation allows nerve impulses to jump between gaps, making conduction up to 100 times faster. If you're watching this, you probably know how hydration is important for strength training, for any sports actually. But fat is something that is very neglected or not talked a lot. So the main goal in this video is fat. And what does this mean? And how it also affects your training? Well, faster signals equals quicker muscle activation, which means more explosive power in lifts. Less energy use, your nervous system is more efficient, it delays fatigue. Stronger neutral drive, more force produced in movements like squats, deadlift, and presses. If you think about it, this thing seems very important. Imagine if you can activate your muscles faster. You could be more explosive. Imagine if you use less energy to carry a weight. This could mean less fatigue, you could handle more volume, you recover faster. And also imagine if you can produce more force in the movements like squat, deadlifts, bench press, dips, pull-ups, muscle-ups, whatever it is. That would be amazing, right? And picking everything I've said just now, how this can affect your strength training. Let's see. First, faster and more efficient nerve signals. Myelin speeds up nerve impulses, allowing your brain to send signals to muscles more quickly. This means faster muscle contraction and better coordination for explosive movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press, pull-ups, dips, muscle-ups. Then, increase motor unit recruitment. Strength is not just about the muscle size, it is about how many fibers your nervous system can activate. Well-myelinated nerves improve motor unit recruitment, helping you lift heavier by engaging more muscle fibers efficiently. Just imagine if you could recruit more motor units. Imagine this, if you could activate more muscle fibers. This will probably make a huge difference, an immediate difference in your strength training. Then, better rate of force development. RFD is how quickly you can generate force, critical for powerlifting, streetlifting, and Olympic weightlifting. A strong myelin it ensures instant communication between the brain and muscles, making you more explosive. And then we have improved muscle coordination skill learning. Complex lift like Olympic lifts, overhead presses, and streetlifting requires precise motor control. Myelin strengthens neural pathways through repeated practice, making movements more efficient over time. muscle memory. So, a strong, well-myelinated nervous system equals better strength, power, and neural efficiency. Since myelin is made of 70 to 80% fat, its health depends on diet and lifestyle. Now let's get to the real thing. How you can improve this myelin? How can you produce more of this myelin? Imagine if you can produce more of this, or you could improve its function. That would be crazy, right? You could just progress faster, recover faster, become stronger. That would be amazing. So, how do you improve the CNS recovery, optimize conductivity, power output, increase more unit recruitment? Or other words, how can you produce more myelin, improve the myelin function? Because this is something very important. And when it comes to recovery, myelin can help with faster muscle recovery, better nerve regeneration, reduces central nervous system fatigue, which is crucial as a strength athlete. The less fatigued your central nervous system is, the more progress you can make. The more the nervous system can tolerate, the more progress you can make, the faster progress you can make. And also more efficient movement patterns, which can help you lower injury risk. This may sound like you're on steroids, actually. And then let's see how you can do this, how we can improve this myelin thing. So the first thing we have is diet. Kind of obvious, right? So we want more cholesterol, saturated fat, B vitamins, vitamin D, protein, magnesium, vitamin C, zinc, copper, hydration, water, and electrolytes. Something important here with hydration. Hydration is not just drinking plain water. Actually, plain water is not hydrating. You get better hydration from watery foods and raw foods. Example of watery foods: cucumber, tomatoes, fruits, coconut water. These foods have all the enzymes, all the vitamins, minerals intact, and they have a natural balance. Hydration is not just drinking water. Hydration comes from your cells. And I don't know if you guys ever tried this, but the more water you drink, the more dehydrated you get. Water is more of a cleaner, not a hydrating thing. It's better to get hydration from foods, orange juices, coconut, cucumbers, tomatoes, all of these fruits or foods that have a lot of water. Also, saturated fats are very hydrating. So, B vitamins help with myelin production, nerve signaling, transmission, and preventing nerve degeneration. Magnesium regulates ion channels for nerve conduction and helps prevent demyelination. Vitamin D stimulates the production of oligodendrocytes, cells that make the myelin. Vitamin C helps form connective tissue around nerve and support myelin stability. All of these other minerals are important for the normal function of the myelin, the conductivity, and to keep the myelin healthy. And finally, the lifestyle. So you want to optimize your sleep, avoid processed sugars for obvious reasons, avoid seed oils because they cause a lot of oxidative stress in your body, avoid low-fat diet, of course, because myelin is mostly fat and it needs fat to be healthy and to do its normal function. Heavy strength training to stimulate the nervous system and to stimulate the myelin production. Manage stress and nervous system fatigue, which is important also because you don't want your CNS to be always fatigued, because it will affect your progress in the gym, your strength gains. Get sunlight and outdoor exposure for vitamin D. And if you apply everything I said in this video, I really believe that you will produce more myelin and you will have a better recovery of the myelin, which will translate to more strength gains, faster strength gains. That was it for this video, guys. I'll leave here another video I think could be helpful for you. See y'all in the next one.